everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's DevensCards here. Today I'm going to deep dive into something new. I am going to deep dive into one of my favorite new prospect pickups. His name is Denzel Gardner. He went to Delmara Catholic in Maryland, and he's a guy that I'm just super stoked to start collecting and kind of follow his career. So just wanted to say these autos are super clean. I love Leaf. I know there's so many different types of Leaf cards out there. I'm not saying I'm trying to go for his rainbow, but if it happens, it happens. I got a little spreadsheet, so I'm definitely tracking when his stuff gets thrown up on eBay. Some of the stuff is definitely big for me because I'm trying something different. And with these cards, I just want to say I'm not grabbing these to stash them. I'm here to make a play on Denzel Gardner, and this is why. First off, this kid lit it up in high school. He went to a powerhouse, like I said, in Maryland. He was one of the best quarterbacks on the field every Friday. He's a dual threat ability quarterback, crazy arm strength, but he also could move. He is 6'1", 210. All right, so he's a big kid. He is a three-star recruit. He just signed with Southern Miss. So he was recruited to go to Marshall, but then when Marshall's coach left and went to Southern Miss, he also followed, which for me is a big sign. That definitely shows that the coach and the player are definitely in sync. I know Southern Miss has Braylon Braxton, who's definitely going to start, but I think Braylon is a senior. So with Denzel sitting behind him for a year, I think it could really pan out very well for him. I'm going to show you the cards that I did pick up from him. So I got this purple Gardner out of 15. So once again, I think Leaf products are super clean with the high school uni. You know what I mean? Delmara Catholic has like just a plain uni, so it kind of fits in perfect. I picked up his bronze. This one is out of 59, so it's a little bit higher. But then I got a bunch of cards that are lower printed too, which is really cool. So I got this blue sparkle. This is out of 6. I have the bronze sparkle, which, like I said, I just love the artwork in these cars, man, too. It's just super basic, but it's cool and clean. That's out of 10. And then the purple sparkle out of 7. So I know I have a pink coming. I think the pink is out of 4. And I also have a tricolored coming, which is out of 25, which is really cool. So back on why Denzel Gardner. Once again, I follow Gibby Card Stacks. Love him, man. He's a great dude for this hobby. Gives me so much insight when it comes to cards and prospecting. I know he's big on Demar. What it's not Demar Catholic. Geez, I'm thinking about this guy. He kind of does more on modern day, just because he's over on the West Coast. So for me, growing up in Pennsylvania, living in Pennsylvania, PA has their schools, but I also lived in Maryland area for a while. So, you kind of, get hooked up with those schools and things like that. So for me, Del Martha Catholic is a school that I follow on this side. They have some, big names guys out of there. The biggest one is probably Chase Young. But with Denzel, like I said, the kid like lit it up on the field. Going to college, I feel like he can definitely turn heads, and he has time to develop, which is really cool. Like I said, he kind of fits the mold of Braxton, and I think the coach is Charlie Huff. I believe that's his name. Clearly he sees something in him too to have him transfer over with him, which is cool. When it comes to prospecting, you're always looking for undervalued guys with high upside. Upside for me, Denzel checks all the boxes. Like I said, 6'1", 210. I think the kid has the arm, and he definitely has the legs. Definitely go check out some of his highlights and let me know in the comments what you think. I think he has, great poise, IQ's there. I think everything he has is screaming future starter. Um, when it comes to, big names, I know he's not the biggest name yet that's in this product and all that good stuff. But that's the whole point. It's time for, someone like myself to be like, yo, Denzel Gardner. And then everyone's like, yo, didn't DevensCards say something about this kid? And then maybe you'll have more people looking into him and be like, oh, okay, I see it too. I'm hoping he gets a couple games in the freshman year. If not, you know what I mean? Spring ball is going to be a big thing for him. People can, see his name a little bit more. Hopefully, to further he grows into something and he starts, he can get into the Bowman prospects or product, which would be really cool. So, let me know in the comments, man, who you're targeting this season. Let me know if there's anyone else, undervalued that you're looking at. So, like for me, it's Denzel Gardner. I know some guys like Ryder Lyons who just signed. There's some other, prospects that are in Leaf that you can definitely go all in on for a pretty cheap price. But definitely let me know in the comments, man. Let's talk about it. Let me know. Let me know what's going on down there. Once again, I appreciate you guys. I'm here to help you see a different side of the hobby, but not always the biggest names and the biggest schools. Like I said, follow me. You're going to see Hawaii. You're going to see Delaware. You're going to see people and teams that maybe you don't know about. But I'm here to enlighten you on some of that stuff. Once again, I appreciate all you guys for watching. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one.